All right, good evening and thank you for joining. You are welcome to People's Parliament. COPDEM Media. We thank you for making our time for being part of tonight's program, where we'll take you through a number of socio-political issues, particularly as we approach the AMAC elections that have been scheduled for February 21st, 2026. Of course, we have a very notable obedience on the tickets as regards AMAC chairmanship election. And you could see where His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi has been going around campaigning for Dr. Moses Paul, otherwise known as Dr. Mo. And in one of the series of the campaign, he has advanced and declared his 2027 presidential ambition, which should as well quell any form of fear for as to whether Peter Obi will run for presidency or otherwise. So it is on this note that I welcome you on tonight's program on People's Parliament. I'm your host, Mr. Ako Christian Oche. And those that are joining us via Zoom, I will thank you for being part of tonight's program. It's promised going to be a very engaging program for us tonight. As well, those who are joining us via Zoom, thank you for keeping it through, and we encourage that you subscribe to COPDEM Media TV so that you get prompts on our daily bulletins. So on tonight's program, number one on the state of the nation, HE Peter Obi declares presidential ambition ahead of 2027 during his campaign for ADC chairmanship candidate for AMAC in person of Dr. Moses Paul. He was interviewed, and he, of course, he was not shy about that. He was very clear about it when he was asked as to whether he's going to get the ADC ticket or whether he's contesting for 2027. And his response was very clear, unambiguous. And he said it that he will be on the ballot from 2027. As a matter of fact, he's running and he's encouraging all faithful supporters as well as well-meaning Nigerians to join the ADC and support his party. He has been very clear about that. And of course, number two on the item tonight is Nigeria's youth to launch 10 days SCT invasion. Nigerian youths across the divide from different states are going to be entering the Federal Capital Territory to support the candidacy of Dr. Moses Paul. For the record, this event is not lining towards any particular movement or political party. It is just a bunch of Nigerian youths that felt the need to be part of the campaign and support a credible candidate, in this case, Dr. Moses Paul, that is aspiring for the seat of chairmanship of the AMAC Area Council, that's the Abuja Municipal Area Council, in the forthcoming February 21st election. And of course, Atiku meets with ADP national leadership. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar met with the national leadership of the ADP in seeking alternative routes to his 2027 presidential ambition. He is beginning to see the need to actually have a discussion where he engaged the national chairman of the ADP, as well as the secretary, and there was a group photograph to this effect, where the discussion was advanced on his chances in clinching the ADP presidential tickets. So that is that for now. But while this discussion was going on between Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and the ADP leadership, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi continued to dig his involvement in the ADC as he seen visibly campaigning for all ADC candidates ahead of the ahead of the FCT Area Council poll coming up February 21st. And of course, INEC honors court order. That is another development. INEC has been dragging our foot in allowing the Labour Party to take its full operation, given the internal crisis that rocked the party since the aftermath of 2023 general elections. And His Excellency Mr. Peter, we just left Labour Party on the 31st of December 2025. And of course, in January, it is very shocking that INEC already acknowledged and recognized Senator Minadi Usman as the authentic national chairman of the Labour Party. As a matter of fact, her profile has been updated on the INEC website. That is the development we have for you as of today. And of course, they describe detailed upload as obeying of court order. So it is our anticipation that the INEC or the judiciary will allow the opposition to thrive without further disruption. And of course, number 5 is another strategic move in the ADC, where a group of well-meaning Nigerians have come together and they have institutionalized and formalized application to be registered as a support group under the African Democratic Congress. In this case, the group are known as the Rescue Nigeria Alliance. They felt the need to have the rescue the country. And in this case, Rescue Nigeria Alliance, RNA, has been formally submitted to the African Democratic Congress, the ADC national headquarters, just yesterday. And there was a good photograph to that effect, where the national chairman of the RNA, in person of Dr. Basil Nolisa, and Mr. Arthur Christian, Chair, serving as the secretary of this body, formalized registration application with the ADC. That's the development we have in that regard. And the group aims to galvanize other support groups to join in forces in order to make ADC a very formidable party that will eventually lead a roadmap towards the Rescue Nigeria projects. That being said, number 6 is a very troubling headline where SOMI, the incidence of SOMI has repeated itself in another shape in the FCT, where a young lady, Ifunanya, has been reportedly dead for failing to get treatment after 3 snakes have been reported to have invaded our residence at Lugbe. It's very unfortunate that she visited several hospitals overnight in attempt to get treated. But the hospitals where she visited were reported not to have anti-snake treatments provision in those hospitals, which led her to moving from hospital to hospital until she eventually gave up the ghost. So this is very sad development that if this will happen in the Federal Capital Territory, the metropolitan face of Nigeria, you can only imagine what is happening in other local governments. We saw the event of SOMI, and we're praying that that may be the last time Nigeria will happen badly to any of us, but eventually it kept on repeating itself at different shapes and sizes. In this case, snake bites. Ordinarily, these are things that are treated within an hour and the patient regains consciousness. But it led to the unfortunate death of Ifnanya. Who knows who is next? We have the same government that have failed the people, have failed to provide for healthcare, have failed to provide basic amenities that should ordinarily take care of lives and property. But we all sit in our comfort home thinking we are okay, but nobody knows who the next slide will fall on. Bad government never spares anyone in reality. It happens to us all. And it's very unfortunate that a young woman that is rising in her proven career has gone so soon in the cold hands of death that is, of course, avoidable. Rest in peace to Ifnaya as well as Sumi that were previously reported deaths as a result of armed attack in a residence. All happened in Abuja. It is on this note that I'll throw the line open and I'll welcome conversation from our guests in the studio who have joined the conversation. Please feel free to unmute the mic and introduce yourself and let us know from which part of the globe you are joining this program. Let's have your conversation on some of these topics that have been raised in any area that you need clarification or you want to contribute to the subject matters. Please feel free to do so. Are you having contribution? Please unmute.
Okay, I'm Ken Agulu from Washington, D.C. That's where I'm joining.
Okay, thank you and welcome to COPDEM People's Parliament. You can be part of the show. Our place is interactive. We have read out some of the headlines for tonight. Let us know in which area you want to have contribution or you are skeptical and you want to ask questions. Please feel free to do so.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone at the People's Parliament. I remain my humble self, Oyeniyi Adeniyi Oluwaseun from Kwara State. Wow, following it, sir, I love the development about the grassroots move, the way His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, is deepening grassroots movements. I followed it and I saw the way he has been moving around with each of the candidates that are contesting at AMAC. Because one of the hallmark of a good leader is you building other leaders. Now, when we talk about structure, this is actually what we call structure, because when we look at His Excellency and the former Vice President of Nigeria, see, right from the inception, when he has been contesting for presidency, you will never see him going out to campaign for the candidate of his own party. Everything about him has always been himself, and everything also revolves around his ambition. And that's not how politics is being done. As a politician, you have to spread your tentacles. You have to build men, because these are the men that are going to secure your structure at the end of the day. So I'm actually impressed. In fact, when I was having a conversation with some young guys, encouraging them on the need for them to involve in politics, and also letting them know why they should support Mr. Peter Obi's candidacy. These were part of the things I was highlighting to them, letting them see that, okay, look at the good leader, that he won't just abandon you and just face his own ambition. And with this kind of grassroots movement he is doing, I believe that very soon we are going to have the ticket, because if we have all those AMAC chairman, once they win, by the grace of God, then which they are going to win. And like I also say, this AMAC election is going to be a kind of blueprint for the 2027 general election. Whatsoever happens at this election is what is going to happen in the 2027 election. So that's why we have to be very serious about this election. We all have to come in, but like everyone in Nigeria, this is our election. Everyone, every member of the obedient movement in Nigeria should come. Let us support Dr. Mo and other aspirants in this fourth coming chairmanship election. Thank you.
Okay, talking about supporting the candidates, he has reeled out some of his campaign promises, which centered on people-oriented projects like hospitals, schools, rural roads, rebuilding communities of the inhabitants that have been abandoned or demolished by the government. These are basically aspects of campaign that Dr. Moses Paul has focused on. He has as well focused on cleaning up AMAC. AMAC is smelling, no doubt about it. Sometimes when you see some of the visuals on the screen, that's not the reality on ground. The reality on ground is that AMAC is smelling heavily as a result of poor sanitation exercise. Those in charge of the refuse bin management have not really been up and doing. And of course, it all boils down to leadership. Some of the logistics required to carry out this work, if they are not duly provided, you cannot blame the workers. So, government failure in AMAC is very, very visible. As a matter of fact, there is no local government chairman in AMAC as it is. All have been subsumed under the office of the FCT minister, probably as a department, which is not supposed to be the case. Government is have to be responsible to the people, have to be up and doing, have to meet up with the needs and aspirations of the people. That has not been seen. And we anticipate a new AMAC where the wishes, the yearnings, the aspiration of the people who occupy the front banner of government engagements. That being said, do we have more contribution on the subject matter?
Yeah,
Okay.
please. I just want to toe the line of the last speaker because I'm just concerned because the last speaker was on point because this AMAC thing is a grassroots, is the structure, but I'm not seeing other members of ADP in there, ADC. I'm not seeing any of them. So what is going on? Only person I'm seeing there among their leaders is only P2B. So what does that mean? So does it mean they're gonna come up later? So that is my concern. Like I said before, when I was talking to before we get started, that I'm confused about the whole thing. If this is a coalition and the election for AMAC is coming on the 21st of this month, we don't have much time. And you kick off because normally I know that when a party wants to kick off the campaign, everybody gonna get together and kick off. Does it mean there's gonna be another kickoff where all the members, the leaders of ADP is gonna come, ADC is gonna come, or just P2B? We are testing the water. You do it. If you fail, then you don't have that capacity or whatever. So I don't know. It's suspicious to me. Over.
Okay, to address your fears, when it comes to grassroots, nobody can contest it with His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi because of the aura he brings, right? Because he's just like a fish that doesn't struggle in the water. That's His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. His ideas about governance resonates with the people. And these are the same people that he moves from street to street. They are happy to see him. When you compare this with the other aspirants, that's not the case. The other aspirants will need more security to guide them, right? Unlike His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi that moves in the midst of these people and interact with them on a daily basis. So these are two sharply divided approaches. They cannot survive it moving in the midst of the masses because they've all enjoyed different share of leadership in the country, and their antecedents will not allow them to have that free flow conversation with this with the people that they have failed to provide for. As a matter of fact, people who are meeting with His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, they don't have any expectation in terms of monetary inducements. They don't even have that expectation because they already know His Excellency is not the type that shares money. But the aura, the enthusiasm that you can see visibly on their face tells a lot that this is the hope of the masses. So these are the two reasons why others cannot come out because they already like a giving up syndrome, right? They are beginning to give up that, hey, no one can drag this thing with this guy, right? And you can see in one of the headlines where I read out, article held the secrets behind closed door meeting with ADP. Nobody really can tell the outcome of such discussion, but of course, it's not far from getting a ticket for ADP. ADP is another person, is another political party that is not having a closed door session. So probably he's trying to get a plan B for himself in the event that all odds seem to be working against him in the ADC. So while we will not concentrate on that part, we will rather concentrate on what we are collectively doing in the ADC in order to get the ticket for Excellency Mr. Peter. I don't know if that in any way attempt to answer your questions.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I understand. Thank you for answering part of my question, but ADC is a political party, right? And they got other people, right? Okay. So my question is, when they're gonna have an official kickoff for the AMAC, where all the leaders is gonna come together? If it is a political party, if all the leaders are interested for the ADC to win, so that is my confusion.
Yes.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Now,
to answer that, Dr. Mo, who is the candidate of the ADC, is seen in quotes as being the political brainchild of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. So it's been left for Mr. Peter Obi to actually drive his campaign. They don't want to get involved in it, not as if maybe they hate Dr. Mo in person, but they feel, why should I be doing this for this guy? Whereas we are all in it together. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So that's the situation. But that being said, we are equally working on plans to bring everybody on board to look beyond individualism and project the party, which is the ADC, so that all actors, all leaders, all support base will come together. There's a program of planning for the 10th, which is going to hit the streets across the FCT, and we are mobilizing the young people to be part of it and participate in the ground invasion of the FCT for all ADC candidates. It's starting on the 10th through on the 19th. That's a week, 10 days long program.
But anyway, thank you. I just hope that they will have a mega rally where everybody is going to come together, because I think we got some supporters in FTC. I know that. I know Aerofi. I know all of them got, okay? But if they come together, because that is the main purpose of political party, to win. So when you start separatism now at this early stage, then it doesn't send a good signal. So that is my own concern. So I just pray that they are all ADC candidates, irrespective of whatever person they like or don't like. Okay? And they will, if they get elected, they are the grass, they are really the basic, the structure on the ground. They're going to help whoever in the House of Rep, in the Senate, and also all over. So when they start this separatism kind of stuff, I hope I'm wrong, that eventually they're going to have official kickoff where all the key players will come together. But if not, I have a big concern. But thank you. You answer my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Zahana. And there are more questions on the subject matter for the day. Like for information, Rescue Nigeria Alliance is playing a very huge role in ensuring that different support groups I encourage, as a matter of fact, the door is widely open to accommodate different support groups that mean well for Nigeria's future to come together in ADC so that we can be able to buttress our points and advocate for good governance through ADC. So the platform is there, it's very fresh and very open. As a matter of fact, people are already subscribing as a DOT member of the RNA, and it's very open for all well-meaning Nigerians. Please, Mr. Ken, I don't know the right title, is it Doctor or Mr.? I don't know. You can feel free to be part of it if you really want to be part of it, because ADC as it is, that's where our principal, His Excellency Mr. Peter B. is, and we are giving it all in order to push through this mission. So do you have more contribution? And the situation of Ifunanya is very sad. When you look at the huge sum of money that the Tinubu-led administration has committed to building and refurbishing the vice presidential villa, apartments in the villa, where a tune of 21 billion naira has been expended on a building that the vice president is not even living in it. Whereas in the hospital, basic amenities, basic drugs are not provided. And Nigerians are dying. So this informed our decision, our resolution to continue to advocate for good governance and ensure that we're able to get it right, because if we fail, the consequences are very, very huge and glaring. We cannot afford to survive it. Mr. Denny, do you have any contribution before we wrap up on tonight's program? And
yes,
of course,
yes, sir. Actually, pertaining the coming together of all the political juggernauts, just like the same way Peter Obi has been moving around with each of the candidates. Now, the best way to predict the future is to understand the past. Now, right from when Atiku, just like I said the other time, right from when Atiku has been chasing his presidential ambition, have you ever seen him coming out to campaign for any candidate of the People's Democratic Party's governorship aspirants? The answer is no. The only person I can say, okay, maybe he worked for, and it's maybe probably because they are friends or they have a relationship together, or I don't know, is maybe Adeleke, and I'm not sure he even came out to support the candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Osun State. So it has actually been his own. Okay, look at, aside from the fact that His Excellency Dr. Peter Obi has a good and solid relationship with Dr. Moses Paul, who has been the head of the obedience movement, and he didn't just campaign for Dr. Moses Paul alone. He also campaigned for other candidates of the African Democratic Congress. And so I want us to understand this context very well. He campaigned for all those candidates. Atiku will never do so.
Mr. Peter was even in Gwagwalada markets yesterday. He was in Gwari yesterday. You know, this is how he has spread out his work plan, campaigning for these candidates across the FCT in different area councils. So what you say is very right. He's not just campaigning for Dr. Mo. He has been seen visible in all the area council, even in Kuje, in Kwali, Abaji. He has visited all these areas to campaign for different candidates of the ADC. Please go on.
Yeah, so I think that should answer that. So that should make us know what's happening. and why it's actually like that, why it is only Mr. Peter Obi that is going around and campaigning for all these candidates. Well, maybe when we have a grand rally, when we'll be having a grand rally in Abuja, when all the security will be present and the security will be tight and everything, then maybe we'll be seeing the likes of El Rufai, the likes of Atiku, the likes of Rotimi Amici, and some other big political juggernauts. But for now, the man who owns the grassroots, the man who is well loved by all Nigerians, the man who has the heart of the young people, the man who mobilized every social, even like if you notice something, you know, we have some politicians, we have some keyboard politicians on the streets of social media. Now you see them coming now to participate in this kind of election. One person is mobilizing them, one person is inspiring them, and that is Mr. Peter Obi. So I think this is what is really happening. This is the situation on ground, and this is also the reality on ground. And by the grace of God, I believe that the Lord Almighty is going to give us victory in this upcoming AMAC election and all the elections that will be happening in FCT area council.
Yes, I agree with you. Political gathering in a country like Nigeria, if I say it, some people will say in many other parts of the world, is that political campaigns are funded and people are mobilized to come out. But in the case of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, it is the drive, the organic nature of people who have heard about His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi's antecedents, and they are looking forward to meeting him in person. So each time they hear His Excellency is in their neighborhood, they felt it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to interface and meet him. And that's why you see the enthusiasm, the love that they all have for him in showing up. So it's quite different. I recall an experience that was shared by His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar when he visited Rivers State during some of his days in the PDP. Jokingly, when he was narrating it, how the people that they mobilize for events in the stadium at Rivers State disappeared 2 hours into the program. And he looked back and asked Rotimi Amici what happened. And he said, well, they were paid to appear for 2 hours. And after 2 hours, they have left, you know. So it's unlike the case of Mr. Peter Obi, where people happily come out to see him. That kind of organic love, no money in this world can buy it. So that is the edge Mr. Peter Obi has over others. As far as politics in Nigeria is concerned, currently and in the nearest future, the situation is not going to change tremendously. It remains that His Excellency stand distant apart in terms of rating, in terms of acceptability, grassroots acceptability and all that. Nobody comes close. And that is why any political party where His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi enters, that party in no time enjoys widespread grassroots acceptability. So it is on this note we'll be wrapping up tonight's discussion. The emphasis remains that everyone go out there, register and get your PVC. And if you're in the FCT, ensure that you come out on the 21st of February and vote for ADC from top to bottom in terms of chairmanship, councillorship, vote all ADC candidates. It is an election for us to win and put our statement ahead of 2027 that we are on ground, and we are going to seal the victory for the people. The people have suffered enough, and we don't have that stamina or energy to survive yet another 4 years of APC destruction. It is time to twerk it and have a new direction that will rescue Nigeria. Nigeria, as a country, have suffered in the hands of bad governments. We read a situation where Tinubu has persistently rewarded his cronies. Look at the appointment of the former NIA boss, the person of OK, Mr. OK, who was alleged to be having unfinished business with EFCC after the discovery of the largest funds, cash funds in Ikoyi residents. You understand what happened during the Buhari era, where 23 million pounds, as well as, $24,000 and 23 million naira were discovered in cash in Ikoyi residents. All these are still under investigation and swept under the carpet, only to resurface in 2026 as ambassadorial designate for France. Who appointed? Who recommended? Was there any screening at the National Assembly? Just a waste of time and rubber stamp. So that's why we have to rescue this country to ensure that we bring sanity to governance once again. Until we achieve this together, thank you for joining on tonight's program. It will come your way tomorrow. Remember to subscribe to COPDEM Media TV. And if you want to be part of our structural building process across the country and, of course, in the diaspora, where we have a COPDEM Diaspora platform. If you want to be part of it, please feel free to drop your comments and we'll follow through to ensure that you are onboarded successfully. Thank you for joining and God bless you. Do have a wonderful, lovely day ahead of you. I remain your host, Mr. Akko Christian Chair, otherwise known as Due Process. Thank you and stay true. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Ken.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Alaji Gambari. Thank you for joining and God bless you.
Thank you.